Did you know that a single serving of tofu can provide about 20% of your daily calcium needs? Originating from ancient China over 2,000 years ago, tofu has transcended its traditional Asian roots to become a global superfood. It's not just its rich nutritional profile that makes tofu remarkable, it's the transformative journey from simple soybeans to a versatile culinary staple. Revered for its high protein content, tofu has become a go-to ingredient for health enthusiasts and a key substitute for meat in vegetarian and vegan diets. The making of tofu is an art that mirrors cheese production, where coagulation plays a central role in transforming soy milk into various firmness levels of bean curd. As we explore this culinary marvel, it's intriguing to see how a modest legume like the soybean can be turned into a product that is reshaping dietary habits worldwide. So how do they do it? The journey of tofu begins with its primary ingredient, soybeans, which are cultivated in various regions worldwide, particularly in East Asia, North America, and parts of South America. These small, yet mighty legumes are the foundation of tofu's nutritional profile, boasting high levels of protein, calcium, and iron. The selection of soybeans is a meticulous process, focusing on quality and sustainability. Farmers typically prefer non-GMO and organically grown soybeans to ensure the highest quality of tofu. The harvested soybeans undergo initial quality checks to sort out any damaged or inferior beans. This is crucial as the quality of the soybeans directly influences the taste and texture of the final tofu product. The sorted beans are then cleaned thoroughly to remove any dirt, debris, or impurities. This step often involves soaking the beans in water, which serves a dual purpose: cleaning the beans and beginning the process of softening them for further processing. In addition to soybeans, water is another critical raw material in tofu production. The water used is often filtered and purified to ensure that it doesn't impart any unwanted flavors to the tofu. In some high-end tofu productions, natural spring water is preferred for its purity and mineral content, which can subtly influence the flavor of the tofu. The raw materials, soybeans and water, are now ready to embark on their transformation journey, turning from humble beginnings into a food product cherished globally for its versatility and nutritional benefits. Processing of tofu begins with the rehydration of soybeans. The cleaned soybeans are soaked in water for a period ranging from 8 to 16 hours, depending on their size and the desired consistency of the tofu. This soaking process is essential, as it softens the beans and facilitates the extraction of soy milk. The rehydration causes the beans to swell, sometimes dabbling in seas, and prepares them for grinding. Once soaked, the soybeans are ground with water to create a slurry. This grinding is typically done using large industrial grinders that can handle the volume required for commercial tofu production. The ratio of water to soybeans during grinding significantly impacts the concentration of the soy milk, which in turn influences the texture of the final tofu product. The grinding process breaks down the soybeans into fine particles, releasing the proteins and oils that are key to tofu's nutritional value. The ground soybean mixture is then cooked. Cooking the soybean slurry is a crucial step, as it deactivates enzymes that can affect the flavor and nutritional quality of the tofu. Moreover, cooking helps to further break down the beans, making the nutrients more accessible and aiding in the separation of the soy milk from the solid residues. This cooking process generally involves heating the slurry to near boiling temperatures for a specific duration, often under constant stirring to prevent burning and ensure even heating. Following cooking, the mixture is filtered to separate the soy milk from the okara, or soy pulp. The filtration is commonly done using cloth or fine mesh filters. The okara, a byproduct rich in fiber, is often used in other food products or as animal feed, emphasizing the zero-waste ethos of tofu production. The resulting soy milk, now a creamy off-white liquid, serves as the base ingredient for tofu and is ready for the coagulation process, which will transform it into the familiar, solid form. The transformation of soy milk into tofu is a fascinating process that combines traditional methods with modern technology. It begins with the crucial step of coagulation, where coagulants are added to the soy milk. This is where the magic happens. The coagulants cause the proteins and fats in the soy milk to clump together, forming curds. The most commonly used coagulants are calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, nigari, and lemon juice or vinegar for more artisanal varieties. Each coagulant imparts a unique texture and flavor to the tofu. Calcium sulfate tends to produce a softer, smoother tofu, while magnesium chloride results in a firmer, more tender texture. After the coagulant is added, the soy milk is gently stirred to ensure even distribution, then left undisturbed to allow the curds to form. This process can take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on the desired firmness of the tofu. During this time, the curds slowly separate from the whey, a yellowish liquid. Once the curds have formed, the next step is to cut them, which helps release more whey and firm up the tofu. The size of the curd cuts can affect the tofu's final texture. Finer cuts result in smoother tofu, while larger cuts lead to a coarser texture. After cutting, the curds are left to rest, allowing further separation from the whey. The next phase is pressing the curds to remove excess whey and shape the tofu. The curds are transferred into molds. These could be traditional wooden frames or more modern stainless steel ones. The amount of pressure applied during pressing and the duration significantly influence the tofu's firmness. Light pressing results in silken or soft tofu, ideal for soups and desserts, while more extended, heavier pressing leads to firm or extra firm tofu, preferred for frying and grilling. The pressing process can range from 20 minutes for soft tofu to several hours for extra firm varieties. During the pressing, quality control is crucial. Regular checks are performed to ensure the tofu attains the desired texture and firmness. The tofu is also monitored for consistency in size and shape, as these are important for both aesthetics and cooking properties. Once pressed, the tofu blocks are removed from the molds. At this stage, they are relatively fragile and require careful handling. The newly formed tofu is then placed in cooling tanks filled with cold water. This step helps to firm up the tofu further and halt the cooking process initiated by the coagulation. The cooling process also enhances the tofu's texture, making it smoother and more resilient. After cooling, the tofu undergoes a final inspection. This involves checking for any defects, such as cracks or irregularities in texture or color. Any tofu not meeting the standards is either reprocessed or used in other products. For flavored or marinated tofu, an additional step of seasoning or marinating takes place. In this process, the tofu is infused with various flavors, such as herbs, spices, or sauces, to enhance its taste and appeal to a wider range of consumers. This step can vary greatly depending on regional preferences and market demands. In terms of packaging, tofu requires careful handling to preserve its texture and moisture content. It's typically packed in aseptic containers, often with some water to keep it hydrated. The packaging is designed to protect the tofu from physical damage and contamination, ensuring it reaches the consumer in optimal condition. Once packaged, the tofu is stored in refrigerated facilities, maintaining a temperature that keeps the product fresh while extending its shelf life. The tofu is then ready for distribution, making its way to supermarkets, health food stores, and restaurants, offering a nutritious, plant-based option to consumers worldwide. YouTube thinks you will like these videos. Have a look and see what you think.